Voshintit. I'm Henry Farmer Berg, and today I'm here to tell you about slips, trips, and falls and farm safety. One day, me and my son and a few other workers were unloading the bales from the bale wagon, and I was in too much of a hurry to get a ladder, and so I just climbed up the rungs on the wagon, and then I got to the top and there were no more rungs, and so I grabbed onto the bale, and then the bale was not supported, and so then the bale fell with me, and then the bale fell on top of me. I fell onto the hard ground, and then I was, I was unconscious for a little bit, and then when I woke up, I tried getting up, and then I couldn't get up. My heel over here, it just didn't work for me, and then my wife, my beautiful, beautiful wife, took me to the hospital, and then they checked it out, and then it turned out my heel was shattered, and it's a very, very long healing process. I had to go to 2 surgeries, and the doctors didn't think that I'd be able to work again, but here I am, sitting on my favorite chair and just healing it up, and now my wife and my son have to take care of the herd, and they can't do it on their own, and so we had to sell a good portion of it, and so now my son is very disappointed because he won't be able to take over the full farm because we have very much less now. Well, on the day of the accident, I was here in the kitchen with my 14-year-old daughter teaching her how to cook, because by that time the girls definitely need to learn how to cook, because one day they have to cook for their husbands and their families, their big, big families, and we heard the yell from the barn, and we were very confused, and we didn't know what was going on, and so we ran out there. We just left it cooking in the oven, which isn't very smart, but, you know, my dumb husband tried to climb up the bale wagon, and then he grabbed onto the bale, and then he fell, and then he was unconscious, and then we took him to the hospital, and now all he does is sit on his favorite chair in the other room and complain about not being able to work, and then he makes me make food for him, and well, now my daughter is making the food for him, and she took over the kitchen part, and now me and my son, we are taking care of the cattle, but with my son in school and me trying to teach my daughter how to cook, it doesn't work out very well, so we had to sell half the cattle, and now my son is very disappointed because he wanted the money, and now I'm not making much money, and it's gotten very tough for us, and it gets tough on the marriage then too, but you know, we're working through it. We got good food and good cattle on our sides.
So, I was with my dad when it happened, you know, the accident, and I told him, like, just go get the ladder, not a big deal, but, no, he didn't, and bang, there he was, just lying sprawled out there and couldn't move, couldn't get up. It was, man, stressful situations, bro. So, you know, that all happened. He went through his surgeries and all, and so then me and Mom, we were just like taking care of these cows like, no, Dad did. I know how he does it, because man, that's a lot of work. And you know, like with me being in school, being like the A+ student I am, like my grades just started dropping, and I couldn't do it anymore. Mom couldn't do it anymore, so we had to sell half the herd, and being so close to being done, I just want to take over the farm, yo. And now I won't be making as much, you know, dollar bill, yo, but guess I'll get over it. So that day, when Daddy had his accident, well, Mama was teaching me how to cook. And ever since then, I have been cooking, because Mama has to do all the labor that Dad can't do now. And Brother and Mama, they just can't keep up with the old cattle we have.
I met Mr. Farmer Berg about 3 weeks ago when he came in with a working heel. He had completely shattered it. It did not look good at all. But I fixed him right up with his 2 surgeries, and now he is pretty much, he's going to gain back all of his range of motion, and just for some minor things he'll have to use a cane, but other than that, he's all ready to go. But what I really feel like these farm accidents that keep coming in can really be prevented. You know, just taking some extra time to think about what you're doing, or in Mr. Farmer Berg's case, just going to get the ladder, And doing the job just safely would really, really just help out with all these farm accidents that keep on happening.
Val then, don't be dumb like I am. Play it safe. Take your time. Use a ladder.